House Wolford fights back the bandits, escaping through the treacherous mountain pass with nary an injury but to their pride. Disguised as common merchants, they cross the border into Esfrost.
Should be just up ahead, but I can scarce keep track of my own head in these mists.
We may be walking into an ambush. Anna, scout ahead and...
That's not... It's getting cut off.
It's too late for that.
Oh no.
Don't move. It won't go easy for you if you do.
Calm down.
Of course. You'll have no quarrel from us.
What? That hair?
It's you.
As I thought, Frederica. That means your companions must be the Wolforts. What in the world has brought you to this desolate place?
With no choice but to acquiesce to Sorslay's demands, House Wolford loads a merchant's cart with contraband salt and sets off across their own homeland in disguise. Through benighted forests and desolate mountains, they forge a path, staving off the assault of thievish bandits and finally reaching Esfrost. Upon crossing into new territory, they find themselves surrounded by soldiers clad in black. Expecting yet another skirmish, the Wolforts steel themselves for combat. However, the warriors lower their weapons. Through the mists, an unexpected figure appears, Svarog Esfrost, Lord of Twinsgate and keeper of his country's borders.
This is quite the development. My very uncle buying salt outside of the Consortium's purview.
The lion's share of the surprise is mine, I assure you. Who would be aiding me in this illicit endeavor but the noble Wolforts?
Circumstances have caused us to set aside pride for the sake of survival.
Of course, I understand. Oft we must travel the only road available to us.
And what road has brought you here, Uncle? I cannot imagine you have come with Gustadolf's blessing.
What road indeed? My own circumstances have caused me to look outside my humble station to find the means I require. A reckoning is at hand, and I must needs be ready for it.
I hope he doesn't pin the blame on us.
To that end, I must ask. And pray do not waste my time with mistruths. Do you know who murdered my son?
I don't think you're gonna believe the answer.
No. I'm sorry.
I see. Gustadolf would have me believe that an agent of Glenbrook dealt the fatal blow.
That's impossible.
Is it? You speak as if you were there, Frederica.
I mean...
She was. As was I. We were with Dragan during his final moments.
You were, and yet you do not know who killed him. I will ask once more, and once more only.
Do they actually know, or is it, dramatic irony? I forget.
Who murdered my son?
We were the only representatives from Glenbrook at the mines that day. The arrow that killed your son was loosed by an Esfrosti soldier.
We were attacked and fought back the assault, but they did not flee without a parting gift.
Your story is convenient, but that alone is no reason to discount it. Besides, it does offer an interesting perspective on the matter. Let us say you have the truth of the matter. That would mean Gustadov has been lying through his teeth. That would come as a shock to many, I'm sure. Regardless, nightfall has come. Camp within our gates tonight.
Do you believe us?
I don't think he is able to yet. He probably needs to think on it, right?
What is there to believe? This meeting never occurred.
Fair enough.
Now follow me.
This conviction thing already. Immediately after the fight. Okay. Huh. Anna recalls her first mission while speaking with Eridor. Okay.
Looking worse for wear, Anna. Long scouting missions sure ain't easy.
Easy or not, I do what duty demands. Do you need something?
No. Just reckon Benedict must be relieved you're back safe and sound.
Must he?
Course. After all, he treats you like his own daughter. Don't know any parent what wouldn't worry over their child. And he's got extra cause to fret, with all the dangerous work he gives you.
Oh? It never crossed my mind. Benedict trusts me. That's all I've ever needed.
That's so.
Do all parents by blood show concern for their children?
Wondering about yours, are you?
That's none of your concern.
I still remember how you insisted on being a scout, soon as you were old enough. You wouldn't say why, but any fool could guess it was to find out more regarding your parents. This work's well suited to that sort of thing.
Yet Benedict refused me.
And he was wise to do so. It ain't a job for an amateur. Guess he hadn't anticipated you'd trained under Archibald.
I earned his respect when he saw what I could do. The means don't matter, only the results.
Trained under Archibald. That's interesting.
I have grave news, sir. The enemy has captured one of our scouts. I know our soldiers aren't broken easily, but given enough time in the enemy's hands...
And here we are, severely short-handed. I shall call a war council, so our approach may be reconsidered.
The scout has been rescued and returned safely home.
Already? That was far sooner than I anticipated.
I hope my actions were not out of line.
No, well done, Anna. I don't know where I'd be without you.
Nor I you.
Wow.
Can't thank you enough for leaping to my scout's rescue, while Benedict was still pondering what to do. I'd pay good coin just to see that look on his face again. So, think you'll find your parents? Not trying to dissuade you from looking, mind. I'm only being nosy.
Dissuade? Is there something you've not told me?
What would I know that you don't? Just take care you don't end up regretting it.
I'm this close. I can feel it.
Why hadn't we heard about that before? That would have been interesting to know earlier that she was looking for her parents. What about Eridor?
Seems as if the troubles never cease. I'd kill for a drop of ale.
I take it you and Benedict have seen your share of trouble. You have both served House Wolfort for many years, yes?
Aye. We both served Lord Simon since we were green between the ears. Through the good times and the bad. To see him now, you wouldn't believe the stories of what we got up to in our tender years. Even then, though, he was always the schemer. Always drawing me into his fanciful plots.
Has so much changed since then?
I don't reckon so. In any case, was there something you wanted to ask me?
There was. The other day, Benedict posed quite the strange question to me. Where snowbell blossoms bloom?
Indeed. I thought perhaps you had seen trace of the flowers while scouting with Flugy.
I've spotted clusters of them in the deep mountain passes before, but not of late.
So it is as I thought. They have ever been a rare sight, even more so in recent years. I had thought to procure one, but it may be wise to temper my expectations in that regard.
Life always finds a way to flourish. I'm certain Anna and I can find one before long.
I would not have you chasing my idle fancies. You both have more vital duties to attend to.
Of course.
So, Benedict's looking for a snowbell blossom. What's so peculiar about that?
Nothing, if it were anyone else asking. However, I think you'd agree that Benedict is not the type to go picking flowers on a whim.
Yeah, I wouldn't read him that way either.
They say that when a snowbell blooms...
That moment is frozen in time. Aye.
Precisely. You and Benedict both never fail to surprise. But of all flowers, why the snowbell? Does he have some lady love I'm unaware of?
I can't speak to that, but I'll tell you one thing, Hewitt. We've all got moments locked away and placed close to our hearts. You, me, even a stubborn-headed mule like Benedict. Like the snowbell, we want him frozen like that forever. And like the snowbell, they're liable to shatter if we let another handle him carelessly.
I understand. I apologize if I was too forward. Let us forget the matter.
No, it isn't you that needs to apologize. I'm always telling Benedict no one likes being lectured.
It was enlightening. I see you and Benedict are true friends.
For lack of a better word, aye. Bring me a draft of ale, and I'll tell you all about our younger days. At least, what I can remember. I recall Benedict wasn't nearly as capable as he is now.
I may have to take you up on that offer.
Do you really reckon snowbells are still blooming somewhere out there?
Perhaps. Though I've not seen them in this region. They may still bloom in the southern reaches.
In other words, a trek and a half from here. Don't give up the search, my friend.
Does Eridor know why he's looking for it? Huh. I really like those cutscenes. They're really nice.
So, that's how it went, eh? Glad you came back to us with your head on your shoulders. Given the lies he's been fed, it couldn't have been easy for Svarog to keep his composure.
Still, it will be no easy task to assuage his doubts. I fear it may not be long until he gives into his desire for revenge, justified or not.
I think he's gonna try to do it anyway. He just wants to, like, thoroughly be sure who did it, right?
Perhaps. But I very much had the sense that his opinion of Gustadolf was less than favorable.
Yeah, it seemed like he wasn't surprised Gustadolf was lying.
So long as we share the same enemy, there's a chance to build faith between us.
Or say, it sounded like he wouldn't have been surprised if Gustadolf was lying. He didn't fully believe it, but...
I had the same intuition. Would that we could lend weight to our claims.
There must be something that can sway him.
Perhaps a secret will suffice. We have one of great value to the right person.
Huh? What are you on about? No. You can't mean...
None would rather see the Archduke laid low more than I. If Svarog knew I still lived, we might find common cause. With the Prince of Glenbrook behind him, his opposition would be justified.
The enemy of our enemy, eh? Wish we had more than a feeling to go on.
Once this secret is revealed, there will be no turning back.
It is a gamble, yes. However, this may be our best and only option to gain support from within Esfrost.
I'm okay with it. He seems like a pretty cool guy.
There is much to consider. I would hear everyone's thoughts on the matter. Do we keep Roland's secret our secret? Or do we trade it for a potential ally?
I think Svarog, I think says his name. I think he's a reasonable enough person. I think I want to. Lord Svarog's trust or Roland's safety? Must be careful not to reveal anything when deliberating with the others. Perhaps I can gain some insight from the soldiers outside. Alrighty then. Lord Svarog was concerned for Lady Frederica when the Archduke invaded Glenbrook. See her unharmed has put both him and us soldiers at ease. Might I inquire as to what brought Lady Frederica to her new house all the way to Twinsgate? Do they not know? Why has Lord Svarog engaged in such dealings? We made the journey to protect both our house and people, and that's all. This business of my house alone should not be divulged without adequate reason. I don't think we should tell them. I wonder what they have to say about their side, you know? Like, what do they think is happening? Wish I could tell you, sir. Most soldiers have no idea. Lord Svarog deals with all his cargo directly, while the rest of us near it. He's very thorough about keeping his secret just that. In which case, I'm in no position to tell you about it myself. I appreciate your honesty. But of course. Alright. So soldiers stationed here at Twinsgate have worked with Lord Svarog for years. As such, I trust his judgment. No harm will befall you as long as you have his permission to be here, no matter the reason. That's good. I did kind of expect people to be, like, immediately hostile when we were here, but they seem pretty chill. Lord Svarog told us not to announce your visit to the Archduke. Such an edict means he doesn't want others finding what's happening here. Suspicious, to say the least. If only you knew. Oh, there's a guy here. Hey, dude. That masked man with you bears a striking resemblance to the famed Sir Maxwell. They may rival the duchy. I respect him deeply, his fellow warrior. He's much a younger heir than I thought he would. Hides all he can from his enemies, his age included. As a warrior, he would be loath to let others use anything against him. Enviable, isn't it? Maxwell takes greater care of his appearance than one might think. Maxwell is younger than you might think, and sensitive about it as well. It would be wise not to treat him as an old man. This one's kind of funny, right? You just lean into it. But if he cares so much about his appearance, why does he hide it behind a mask? That's because he wishes not to expose his enemies to any unsightly visage he might show upon defeat. See, so it's a sign of respect to any who would best them in battle. It inspires both a gentleman and a soldier. I'd always admired Sir Maxwell, but you have given me newfound respect for him. For that I thank you. Okay, that seemed like the right option. Is that everything? We kind of just got outside. That reminds me, I need to buy some recovery pellets. Okay, there's an empire outside that I didn't see. Svarog was overcome with grief when he heard his son's murder. Archduke said it was all a plot by Glenbrook to seize control of the Grand Norzelian mines. I'm not be surprised if Lord Svarog begrudged the royal family because of it. Gustav claimed it was King Regna who gave the order to have Lord Dragan slain. But what we saw at the mines that day proves otherwise. How could we get Lord Svarog to believe us? Whatever our path, we must tread carefully. The matter of his son's death is a sensitive one, and any mistake could cost us our lives. I have to wonder... like, if we choose to believe, like, Gustav wasn't lying, he was, but let's pretend he wasn't, and Glenbrook did kill Dragan for the mines. Why would they do that? That makes them so obviously, like, a bad guy, you know? Like, that's, like, comically evil. Why would anyone, like, immediately believe that? You know? I mean, I know they probably didn't until King Regna admitted to it for whatever reason. But still, it seems like such a, like, poor lie. Archduke Gustav had several sent all the way out here to Twinsgate. Soldiers like us were likewise forced to the borders alongside him because of that bad blood. Seems the duchy's not as unified as I expected. Alright. Interesting. This is very hard to traverse. I spoke to you already. I should go buy some stuff. Okay, I think we got everything we need. Voting phases are very quick now. So like I said, I want to reveal Roland's identity. Even Roland wants to reveal Roland's identity. So I think that's what we should probably do, right? Yeah. There's an item here. Cool. Anna is definitely the person we want to convince. We just need to convince one person as usual. Revealing Roland's identity may win Lord Svarog's cooperation, but at what cost?
Lord Saranoa.
We have to arrive at a decision. What are your thoughts, Saranoa? We should reveal Roland's identity. So you would reveal Roland's identity. We need Lord Svarog on our side if we are to restore Lord Wolfort. We need Lord Svarog on our side if we need to restore Wolfort. I believe securing his cooperation to be worth the risk. We have nothing else with which to bargain. Revealing his identity may be our best move. Lord Svarog remains suspicious of the Archduke. He might aid us if we can prove that we did not murder his son. Yeah, that's good.
Indeed.
There's already some bad blood, so he'd be willing to go against him more likely than we believe, I think. And you believe earning his trust is worth revealing our closely held secret. Lord Svarog obsesses over the truth behind Lord Dragan's death. Perhaps he seeks revenge. which case our aims would be aligned, making this a risk worth taking. See that we may need to be bold in order if we wish to better our situation. Thank you for your counsel. Okay. Deep in thought doesn't sound... Deep in thought doesn't sound super promising, but we'll see. It's Frederica now.
Serenoa.
I think it would be possible to convince my uncle without revealing Prince Roland's identity. I think we should, though. Is there a reason his identity must be revealed? I must be missing... Is it a convention? Or is it maybe you can only get certain information depending on which, like, route you take? Like, every time you make a conviction thing, you go 2 different paths, right? Maybe only on one path you're able to get information, and then it converges here. Which is why I would be able to get it here if I had picked a different option earlier. Maybe? That sounds like it. Anyway. When Svarog is suspicious of us, we will have to be forthright with him if we are able to gain his trust. Restoring House Wolford takes precedence over this prince's secret. Please remember why Roland donned the mask in the first place. I think... If I pick this, I'm not sure if she'll be like, no, he's fine, you know? Please remember why Roland donned the mask in the first place.
Yes.
Glenbrook is of the utmost importance. To achieve that, House Wolford must be restored. If we fail in these negotiations, it will spell the end for us. We gain my uncle's support by revealing Prince Roland's identity. Perhaps that is our only course.
I need a moment to think.
My heart still wavers on this matter. What's your opinion of my uncle? If he's your uncle, then he is mine as well. I'm sure we can come to an understanding. He's a man bold enough to vie for power against Gustave. Do not believe he is in the habit of casually revealing secrets. I like that one.
Surely.
Yes, you can rally my uncle to be discreet. He is not one to spout lies. Though I know without a doubt that he holds great animosity toward the Archduke. If we can show that our objectives are aligned, he may very well choose to fight alongside us. Or she understands where I stand. That sounds promising. Okay, it's Eredor's turn.
Here's what I think.
Svarog's not in Gustav's corner, but he's Esfrost all the same. Can't see him as anything else. Well, don't say it like that. There's Frederica right there, too. You really think we could trust him? Glad to know what you think of Frederica, Eredor. Tell me, lad, why do you think we should go reveal him that to our dear Prince Roland lives? Doing so might earn Lord Svarog's trust and win him to our cause. See, the enemy is the enemy of the enemy, not our friend. No other choice if we wish to convince Lord Svarog that we had naught to do with his son's death. I don't like that one, I think. Like, telling Eredor we don't have any other choice, he doesn't really seem to like that. And this one seems a bit more, logical. Like, is the enemy of the enemy not our friend? Heard that one plenty. Is the same as us, that much is true. It's risky, but the gains could be worth it. I'd ache, so I wish there was a clear answer here.
So?
Reckon a lord needs a keen eye for a man's character. How do you see Svarog, lad? Frederica seemed to think him trustworthy when she lived in Esfrost, so I believe we can keep a secret. Ambitious man with no love for the Archduke, and a father consumed by grief, desperate to avenge his son. I like that one.
You're onto something.
If I didn't know better, I'd swear he could read minds. Sized them up exactly the same. Hatred he feels toward the boy's murder threatens to eat him alive. If we prove to him it was Gustav, well, I reckon he'd raise a rebellion tomorrow, which makes it worth the wager, if you ask me.
I've made up my mind.
Against all odds, I think I might finally see a way out of this. Alright. And that just leaves Hewitt. The risk of Prince Roland's secret being revealed grows greater with every telling of it. We have only just succeeded in feigning his death. It would be foolish to reveal the truth of it so soon. Gonna try? Do you truly think it worth the risk to reveal that Prince Roland lives? Let's take a risk to prove our determination if we are to earn Lord Svarog's trust. We want justice for Lord Dragan, as does Lord Svarog. Showing him that Roland lives may convince him that we had no part to play in his son's murder. Yes. In the absence of more concrete evidence, revealing Prince Roland's identity may be our only option. The risks still weigh on me, but I see now that we stand to both earn Lord Svarog's trust and avenge Lord Dragan by doing so. Might I speak with you further to clarify my own thoughts on the matter?
And
How do you see Lord Svarog? He is a man who also wishes to overthrow Gustav, and those with common enemies make potential allies. That's what I told Eridor. He is Frederica's uncle, as such, I should like to trust him. He's someone who holds boundless ambition that requires a cause around which to rally. Cause I believe we can provide. I like this one the most. Enemy of my enemy, you know?
quite true.
Perhaps, but this potential ally has been driven out to Twinsgate by his own nephew and will not hesitate to remind us of the fact. Even so, his involvement with the illegal salt trade is proof enough that his ambition has not diminished. Should revealing Prince Roland's identity persuade him to join us, we may well gain an ally in our fight against the Archduke. This talk has brought me clarity at last. Okay, that sounded promising. We might even get a unanimous vote here. I mean, probably not, with the whole Stonewall thing. But I didn't spend a lot of time outside. I should check to see if there's anything more. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. I think we're ready to end the voting phase and see what happens. I'm pretty confident in this. Almost certain, actually. It might even be unanimous. It sounded all promising. Well, maybe not, you know.
It is time to cast our votes. Do we reveal that it is Roland behind the mask? Or do we keep his identity a secret? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
I wholeheartedly agree.
You swayed me, Lord Serna. Let us see if Roland's secret can earn us my uncle's trust. Alright, let's see what they want.
I agree.
I believe in you. Alright. Are we unanimous? What's the big issue here?
I cannot be swayed.
Cannot agree. Ah, that's a shame.
You won me over.
Thought about it, and I think you're onto something, lad. Alright.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
There we go.
The way forward is decided. The only way to win Svarog's trust is to reveal Roland's identity and begin negotiations. It is decided. Svarog shall know the truth of Roland's identity. Benedict, I would ask that you arrange an audience as quickly as possible.
Of course, my lord.